Yeah, it's movie time, boys. Prepare to watch the movie. Me and Maxie have finished off all the stuff. So, wolves, let's move out, fighters. Yeah, I really did like that intro. So, let's get on to the movie. Don't sound like this night. The villagers have been peaceful creatures before any mobs were set foot, such as the creepers never stood foot on this planet. Usually, this village was peaceful until one such player, Maxter Live. I need you right here, Max. Came to the world with his full diamond gear and everything. Made tracks all over the place, killing innocent creatures. Kill some innocent creatures, okay? Just kill innocent creatures like pigs, cows, sheep, and kill that god. No, I'm not doing that. And then all of a sudden, kill the villager. Kill that villager right now. They were mad. He blew up their houses. Do it now, do it now. Not too much TNT. Not too much. Blew up their houses. And didn't even care for them. He just wanted more. He was obsessed with power. So such it speaks. He wanted to take over the world. Villagers across the globe was terrified of what he has done to the village, of the most sacred village. But the worst thing ever happened to villagers' history. He abducted the villagers. No villager has ever been abducted. He blew up their house. Yeah, back. He blew up more and more houses and burned them to a crisp. He was obsessed. Oh my god. And he burned things to a crisp, blowing them up with nothing surviving except for him. He imprisoned the villagers with his magic he controls. No, you control him with his powers, such as he can create tools better than any villager can make. He made diamond gear enough to hold down multiple. That's why I'm helping you. That's why I'm helping you. And burnt everything to a crisp. Such as I already said, people. Hi. I'm your narrator. I will be helping you throughout this movie. I will be showing you what has happened in this Minecraft world. This place used to be a sacred area, as such speak. But after the first player ever set forth on this place, this place wasn't sacred anymore. Houses were blown up, villagers were killed. The last villagers from this place were taken away, taken from their homes for sent. And they were only taken because he wanted power. He wanted his own world controlled by him. He wants more stuff, better, and he wants the villagers under his control. And then when he said, but he said one thing. Max, say the line. Okay, takes it out. He said, say, I am your master. And No, he said that to the villagers. And they were shocked. They said they never wanted a master like him. Houses were burnt down. Villagers were, I'm gonna say these lines again. Villagers were killed again and again without, like, I am serious. They didn't even get a break of destruction. Every day he just went over to that same village and blow it up. I mean, constantly just blew it up. Okay, vegan. He just loved blowing up stuff. He wanted all of the power. He didn't want any other players, such as other nations, having his power. Well, because you just started. This is the only. I still have 100 diamonds. Not telling you, they're in my inventory. Then he decided to go for the one thing that no villager likes seeing. The death of a kitten, a kitty cat. Okay, I don't know why I said that. And he started to send villagers to where they don't even know what to. He sent multiple villages. Where are you? Sent multiple villages. Do it again. Sent multiple villages off to his new home. And teabagged on every death he did. Luckily, rain had taken the fire out, but nothing stood afoot on that. The rain put. Yeah, I know. And he moved on and left the village to rot for months. And I mean months on end. Didn't care about anything but power. Max, get back on this. Max your lives wanted power. Max, here's a minecart. Minecart here. Wanted power and obsessed with it. Get on the mic. Max. Yeah, but here, Max, get on this minecart. There you go. Max, here, get on this minecart. Get this on minecart. And rode on home with a villager on his hands. Oh no! He had a train full of them. He took 3 villagers. There's 4 villagers. What? Whoa! This is a glitch villager. If you see these people, this is the life of a villager now. Villagers had to stay here for the rest of their lives. If they left, they were killed. He commanded. He had like nearly a whole entire civilization full to the brim of villagers. He had to place so many beds. He got sick and tired of bed. He had to place so many beds just to get them to sleep. He had so many villagers, and none of them. You blame me. You blame me for the storyline. I'm trying to make this a good story. If you want money, this is how you get money. Free. Yes. Yes, Max. Max here, Max here, Max here, Max, over here, other side. He decided to sleep in the corner because most of the villagers it was day. The villagers woken up. They had no jobs. Nothing. But Max said to start working and mining. He wanted iron. Their job was to blow up holes to get more stuff. They were the only ones to make a civilization. If he had a civilization, he could call it a nation. They still didn't have to do anything. But Max got angry. Their village leader, another village leader, said he wanted his home back. Max said, yeah, no. Now here's the village leader. Walking up to him, telling him, I want this. No, he's the village leader, the one I punched. Over here, behind you. This one, the librarian. Yeah, the fisherman. He has to make a speech with them. Yes, it wants freedom. This is not our home. We need a freedom. But it's now yours. Everyone saw the death of their village leader, and they started to make a rebellion. Actually, I'm actually doing good on this. Now, he wanted more and more stuff, blah, 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 blah. The whole town nearly got destroyed. The town was left to rot. And the last things they ever saw was their families. Multiple families were taken. And I mean multiple families, people. Yeah, thousands of families were killed in the act of Max their lives. He wanted lives. Well, he wanted so many librarians. Oh my god, most of them are librarians. So most of them are librarians anyways. So he asked, I want more and I want enchants. Say that now. And he shouted, and every time something was not good enough, if nothing was good enough, he would kill them on the spot. Some of them were starting to mine their ways. That's a little ruthless. And a farmer was created. And no matter what, the villagers had to do it unless they want to die, and some of them did want to die, so I'm not gonna be the fault of that. Well, they decided, he said if they don't find a village, what was it called again? Farmer, he will kill a baby villager. Say that now. Oh my. The villagers were shocked. If they didn't give him what he wanted, he would kill. Let me make this farm for you, so they can actually work. Where are you? Huh? more and more villagers had to listen to his command. Shh, let me finish off with the story. Finish off the story. Right. Farmers had to be placed. 3 were made. Yeah. Oh, the village was growing in a bad way. Yeah. So he said that they all had to pray for him because he is the god, but there only is one god. And let me tell you that's me, guys. The narrator is the god. I am the god of this place. I am the god of this place. Sure. Where's the sacrifice I need to see? And I was brought in. Give me a second, I need to get my gold armor. I am your god. I want a villager killed by the end of the day. In front of my eyes. That's what the god said, and he saw the villager death. He was satisfied with it and gone along with the plan. It was a plan to make him, and your orders will be wished. And that is where he made a cow farm. He listened to Maxter lives, as he thought, the god thought he was the good guy and the villagers were the bads. I will make you a good place for this, and I decide where to place it. So, thank you very much. I was gonna build this area out of here. So he blew up the land and made it so he can build it. And build the fence across the line. Killing his own god just to get him out the way for the god. Guards! What do you think I call them? So they were sacrifices who didn't need to.
You want to eat some movie? Because I'm baking.
Hmm?
You want brownies and biscuits?
Yes.
Okay.
He built and built until he made a satisfying area. He kept with the interior and never came back. The gods asked for one last thing though. I want a statue of me. And the villagers have to pray every day. But if they don't, I will come back and kill 15 villagers. I don't mind how you make it. I want one. And the cows were placed. A cow farm was created. Villagers went to bed. As night was crawling by, one slept on the grass. All of them slept on their beds. I want this statue the way I like it. Prepared. Now I will be back. Every time I come back, I want a sacrifice. No sacrifice will be taken without my privileges. Do I make myself clear? And that time, the god left and said he'll come back in 4 Minecraft days. But out of the ordinary, a family of wool. This was meant to be. God knew what happened and he didn't like it, but he said if he left it like this, something good will happen. And something did. Wolves appeared to be the net and saw the area. And that day was the day God was gonna check on it later. And wolves decided to build their homes far, far away, but one wolf, Rex, the leader of the pack, said, "Leave it. We are now superior. If we see him again, we will destroy the one and only God." The one and only, I didn't mean by me, you. They call you God, because you're a human. But you did not know. You did not know about this place. So, they built a civilization for themselves to grow and populate. Shh. And built a civilization better for all of those wolves. More and more soldiers were made. Every green leaf, wolves were born. But one special wolf was born on that exact day of the attack. And his name was Ash. He was named after the ashes were left, flown down onto his little nozzle and gave him the spark to control the elements. He was the chosen one. I already did. And he was gonna be this new savior of the wolves, and will save all of the mobs of the ruthless rule of the one he calls himself God, the one he calls himself Maxter Lives. They decided to make banners of themselves, wanting to... No, I'm doing that for... The wolves made banners to represent what they are capable of. Shut up. And built their flags to represent their country. But so did you know who. He made his own banners. I'm saying you. Yeah, but that's what the wolves say. You know who. They say you know who. They've read the books. They don't watch TV. They don't have TV yet. They've built, but the wolves were scattered around the earth, and most of them were built. Those ones were scouts after they heard that their scouts was killed by the one who maxed their lives, placing his banners all around. Placing his banners around with a skull on it. He named himself and made him victorious. He made sure he would be helpful. He made a banner full, his home full of banners to tell that he will not stay put. Where the heck are you? Well, he made his banners. Yeah, and then God came back and said, and I'm gonna come back and give me a second. So, yeah, I gave you a bunch of your banners. God, I have returned. You will kill 20 villagers now. I want less villagers. If I see, I want these villagers destroyed when I come back. Kill 30 of them. 20 then, who cares? Doesn't matter what they are, just kill them. Even if they have to be librarians. I will give you some help on my powers. You have been blessed. What do you need of my power? Good. I am not destroyed by it. I do like that. I will give you what you need, but you need a sheep farm, don't you? I will make a sheep farm for you, and that will be the last of my that will be the last time I will be back here for a while. I won't be here for a while. Do I make myself clear? Yeah, sure, God, that doesn't make any sense. God was a little mad. Make it fast. The God made what he requested himself to the village to make a sheep farm. He wanted so good. He made sure nothing would happen. He said he didn't have full control over life, but he just wanted to see what would happen if there was a war. Why do you need glowberries? Right. Here you are. Here's your stack of glowberries. Now, one last thing. Place a chest right down here, the god said. Right here. To where every time I come, I will take the stuff out of it. Do it. Place it there, and I will collect all the riches you have to offer me. And I will take it. Where's all the diamonds? Bye. If I see one bad thing happen, I will be back and blow this thing to bits and kill all of your villages. What I mean by one bad thing, if I see one one villager dead when I am not around, I will kill. Sacrifice iron gold. And then the god left and progressed throughout the place. It was raining one afternoon, and the rains one afternoon. It was the first day that Ash, our legendary hero, was about to awaken. It was his first day. Legendary hero! And it was his first day of seeing the outside because he's been stuck in home for 3 years. Not kidding. For most of, yeah, that's what we had to go through every day. But it was his first day as a full adult to explore a life outside his door. He ran out and just spread across the area, running and running and running and running and running. He just couldn't stop running, and then he found sheep and started to attack it. He started to punch the sheep, to attack the sheep. He started to attack the sheep and start hunting for the first time. It was his first hunt. No, I have not. And he went hunting, and he loved this life. But then he was called back for a meeting where all the wolves had to meet for one special thing. This thing was when the king would come out with his daughter and with his wife to say to the citizens that saying to the peasants that they are protected, not literally, and that they need more defenses. All the peasants, the king called peasants, decided to move or decided to come to the meeting, because if they didn't, they would have been told to, and there would have been a fight, and you do not want to see what happens with a dog fight. Not by the air fight, I mean, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a fight later on. The wolves moved up with their children, walked up and got ready for the meeting. Yeah. Saying that most of the wolves never even liked going to meetings. And these were the old chaps, the old men, the ones who've seen things longer than anyone else. Any other wolf ever seen, they saw before them. It was catastrophic when they were young. War was broken down between the villagers. Iron golems were created. Lots of wolves were killed at that time. It was catastrophic. And no pun intended. If you get what I mean. Catastrophic. Oh, for goodness sake. They had a war with cats, and that was catastrophic. You get the joke. If you don't think that's funny, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm turning to the viewers now. Now they all came to the meeting, and it was except for Hunter and Sophie, the parents of Ash, stayed home because they didn't want to come. So did one wolf. Their Hunter's brother. Serena decided to come. Oh. Serena decided to wait for her father, even if she hated the royal life. Yeah, she really hated it. She didn't love being royal. Also, Max, if you kill one of these wolves, I will kill you. Thankfully. She had to move up to her father's seat, sitting because her mother died 2 years after Serena was born. She was the only pup. It was today that the king gave a speech about what's been happening throughout the time. He said that we need to up our defense. I haven't got the speech already. Yeah, I actually did. I actually wrote a speech. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for years now. Let me get the speech out. Here we go. Yeah, there. We are here today, Rex shouted, to tell about one thing that's happened 3 years ago. 3 years ago was the first that we saw the one who destroyed a village. His full name is Max to live. We need. I actually wrote. He wrote his own script himself. I have said we need better defenses. Max to live might appear, and we need to defend ourselves from that. If something bad happens, we need to defend ourselves for it. And we need to defend. Now, I call on for most of you male wolves to fight with us. Females can be joined to the army. We need more soldiers. We are taking all of you adults to fight. And no matter what, you are fighting. You all be scattered around. You all know how to fight. And I decide that we should build a better community. So, we need more soldiers. All of you young dogs will be soldiers, such as you old ones are not ready to be passed on to the Star Nation. Up there. We need to defend. And that's the end of my conversation. Shut up. Shh. And then the soldiers from the guards of the king randomly disappeared and circled around the wolves. They They came and told them, "You're all ready. Get onto your front lines. You don't need training. You all know how to fight. Move out!" And Ash was pushed. But during the meeting, Ash kept on staring at Serena. The get away from me! Get out! You're not in the scene. You're not even in the scene. Get out! While that happened, Max the Live was just passing by with an invisibility potion in his hands, running around and checked what was happening. He knew what was going to happen. But back to Ash. Ash was just staring at Serena, and then Serena noticed and, I'm not gonna say this, but blushed and kind of giggled. And Ash blushed and did the same, but in a mentally way. They liked each other, and they both had a crush on each other, but both of them didn't even know that. It was weird for them both. But Ash was told to move, and a group of wolves had to he had to go with a group of wolves who were moving to a near sector of the place. He was moving to the old god's home, where the god used to live. Yeah, God used to be a player, a peaceful player to the wolves. But after a death, after getting killed by a Ravenger, he was cursed and brought up as a god and left, and now a god. Now he's a god. It was a kind of a blessing, but he managed to come back, but cursed, never will return as a human, as a peaceful one. But back to the story. They ran past, telling that they need defenses, and built their defenses that were already pre-made. I mean pre-made. They were made by the god before the war, but during the war, they were old defenses that haven't been made. Yeah, if you know what I mean, guys. He built them to defend himself against mobs, such as creepers, skeletons, creepy skeletons, who, well, used to take over the world. They still roamed around the earth, but not that often anymore. They still wanted to kill him, but never knew that he died years ago. Now defenses were built, walls were carried out. This giant wall of wood, and I mean wood, Max, and you know what I mean. This was the wall they were going to defend themselves with. And later on the story, you'll find out what happens to the wall. Something bizarre happens. What? Yeah, but... What did you say? Well, while that was happening, Max to Live talked to his adversary, his general, if you know what I mean. I am one of his generals. Well, he wasn't talking. He was just peacefully eating his lunch on his bed like a man who has diabetes. No. It's in the story. The wall was carried out all the way to the other side, where the ravine was. Okay, that was a joke. Okay, that was a joke. The wall was carried out all the way to the other side. It was their jobs to build it. Otherwise they will get killed. Right. It took days, and I mean days, just to rebuild that wall that was built centuries ago. Actually, years ago, when Hunter was a soldier, Ash's father was a soldier during the time of the Great War, and saw what happened, and never wanted to speak about it ever again because what there was too catastrophic. They had a war with cats, and I mean cats. What's wrong with cats? Cats are peaceful. Unless you when you feed them, they're peaceful to you. If you don't, they will kill you. The wall was made for only 2 places. They were getting tired, and they only wanted that. So the wall was nearly completed. Just had to finish off one place. And make that big enough for the incoming attacks. They managed to defend themselves for centuries now without getting attacked. They had some blow-ups during the way. But they're fine. And they were moved. The wolves had to go back at the side, unless they want to be left on the other side. The wolves had to go through their little passage out of the wall. They were told they are left there for patrols. Now allowed to come back. No animals allowed in or out of the wall. The rule was. It was weird. They didn't want any wolves to come in and out of that wall. And there was only one rule. The princess had to be transported by a group who were being when the princess, and I mean the princess only, I mean like in a romantic way, would have to be transferred for some reason. Because the king didn't want his only daughter only daughter to die. They got much better. I don't know, I just did that for dramatic effect. He moved on. Ash had to prepare the way to the new area. Ash was the group who was gonna transport her and defend her from now on. They found a peaceful land. And Ash, and I mean Ash only, had to be told. His general said, "You go transport her, I am too bothered." Ash had to go there. Okay, give me a second, I'm finishing this bit off. Had to move. Went all the way back to the area, to the entrance. Yeah, the entrance was blocked off, but they opened the gate. He walked in. The walls nearly stretched out the whole entire place. Bees started to drop off. Some of the soldiers were still at the place. Even Rex and his daughter had to stay at that place until transportation. Serena had to be taken. Where the heck is Ash? Ash and 3 wolves had to move. Also, this is gonna be after this is an hour long. We're gonna end the part 1, viewers, and I mean it this time. We're gonna do the second half later on, till we get everything prepared, and we need to write the script as well. We need to finish off our acting. Back to the story though. Yes. We're gonna talk about that later. But Ash and Serena went through the most lovely path, and they started to get to know each other better. But it was time to see what Master Liv is doing at his base. Excuse me, Master. Okay, we'll go there. He asked me to go there first, and I went straight the direction. No, literally. God was back at his... No. They back at the base of the evil one. And I mean in an evil way. God returned. And asked, why haven't you progressed? What? He checked through the offering box and said, where is our offering? I asked. I want that offering. Where are you? Three days had passed. Fine. I will TP you there. Oh, no. No. We'll do that next week. Well, and the god was waiting. It was time to make the plans for the attack. For the attack plans were set. It was time for the attack to talk to the Nether King. Right guys, we're gonna end it here on part 1. And part 2 will be coming out soon today. We're doing 2 parts today, the other parts tomorrow. Yeah, I need to go see. We're gonna talk. I'm just gonna head over to Max Alive. We're gonna talk right now, Max Alive. Right. No, not now, not yet. Well, Max Alive, aren't we two best? Max Alive, get back here right now! Need to finish this off. Well, guys, we've made a perfect. This is part 1 of the. Put down the gun now. I can kill you. We've made part 1 of the movie. Tomorrow, you've already heard me. Part 1 will be coming. Part 2 will be coming tomorrow. And we will finish that off. We have both two great actors, and I hope we can make this good for you guys. See you next episode. See you next part of the Minecraft war. See you later, guys. Adios.